Do it. All right, 16. Homework, 2.4, 16, 18, 20. Goes two directions, right? Remember, this is just like logarithms. This cannot be negative. Cannot be negative. Okay? So you have to check the work. So I go this way and I go 2x minus 1 equals 2x plus 1. I go this way and I say 2x minus 1 equals negative 2x plus 1. Right? And then it's just solving now. Minus 2x, and I get negative 1 is equal to positive 1. Well, that doesn't work. Right? And then I go, well, this is 2x minus 1 is equal to negative 2x minus 1. So add 2x, I get 4x minus 1 equals minus 1. So I add 1. And I get 4x is equal to 0. Equal. Right? Oh, I see what I did wrong. 4x is equal to 0. And so I divide by 4. Divide by 4, get x is equal to 0. Does it work? If I plug in a 0, is this still positive? Yes, it is. There it is. Done. Too fast? Slow it down? Yeah. Okay. In the next just kidding. Okay. Am I recording at all? Yeah. Alright. So, the next problem.
Hold up. What does that say?
Hold up. Hey. And then, oh, sorry. What?
What did that say?
Which one?
Under 4x minus 1 equals negative.
It says add 1. So you get 4x equals 0. Divide by 4, and you get 0 divided by 4 is 0. Ready? No? Tough. Alright, let's go. Alright. That's right. X squared plus 2x minus 9 equals 6. Or, we get to use our fancy or now. X squared plus 2x minus 9 equals negative 6. Okay? Either way, I got to get it equal to 0. Okay? So, I'm going to minus 6 and minus 6. I get x squared plus 2x minus 15 is equal to 0. And then I say, okay, what product and sum, right? What multiplies to be 15, but subtracts to be 2? 3 and 5? Very good. I don't care what they say. You guys are awesome. Smart. Super smart. Okay then. Parentheses. X. Bring down the sign, right? This sign comes down. What does this sign tell me? That they are different. So if these are different than the first one's plus, so it must be minus, right? Because it's different. Okay? Alright, what's next? Product and sum, yeah. What multiplies to be 15?
5 and 3.
And subtract, 5 and 3. So there you go. 5 and 3. So therefore, x is negative 5 or positive 3. Okay? That's only one solution. Does that work? Well, yeah, of course it works because this doesn't have an x in it. So we're good. All right? Well, what's the other solution? Well, we need to add 6. We need to add 6. So we get x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals 0. So what multiplies, again, product and sum, what multiplies to be 3, but subtracts to be 2. 3 and 1. Good. All right, parentheses, 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 parentheses. And what do? Bring down the variable. Bring down the sign. This sign tells me they're the what?
Different.
Good. What numbers am I bringing in?
3.
1 and 3.
3 and 1. Not 1 and 3. 3 and 1. Big number first. Always big number first. If you put the 3 here, it's going to be wrong. Okay, so 3 and 1. Alright, so then you have x plus 3 is equal to 0. X minus 1 is equal to 0. You solve it, so you got x is negative 3 or positive 1. So you go over here and you say x can be negative 5, negative 3, positive 1, or 3. And those are your answers. All 4. What?
Why is it 3 and negative 1?
Huh?
Why is it 3 and negative 1 for x's?
Not 3 and negative 1. Negative 3 and 1.
No, up 3. Go up. Yeah. Right there.
Because we brought down this sign. This sign tells us that they're different. Because we have to be able to multiply these to get it back. X times x is x. X times 1, or negative 1, is negative x. 3 times x is positive 3x. Negative x plus 3x is 2x, and that gives us that number. And then what's 3 times negative 1? Negative 3. Voila. It's factoring. 5-step method. Dan's way.
Let's fail this shit.
Okay? You got to learn the method, or you can do trial and error. That's the way they teach it at most schools. Okay? Trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. What's going to work? I need to use the factors of 3 and 1 and 1, and that's not that hard with this one, right? But as you get more and more and more problems, then you have to start dealing with a lot of different possibilities. Okay? All right. The next problem. Woo, run out of room. This one's kind of tough, yeah? Okay, so is that a 12 or is it like this?
Bracket 12x squared.
Okay, so it is a 12. So, I have 12x squared plus 5x minus 7 equals 4. Or, I have 12x squared plus 5x minus 7 equals negative 4. And I got to solve for both of those. Fun stuff. Okay? Alright, so let's factor it. Well, first let's put it over. So minus 4 says 12x squared plus 5x minus 11 equals 0. Is that even factorable? Well, what's 11 times 12?
132.
132?
Is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Yeah, because you add the 1 and the 2, and that's a 3. That's 132. What? Because that's a trick for 11. Yeah, y'all. Okay? So you got 132, and you need two numbers that multiply to be 132, but they subtract to be 5. So two numbers that multiply to be 132 and subtract to be 5. But we already know that you have 132, so you already know that you have 11, right? And 12, and then you can just break down the 12. So then you have, so what I like to do is, I like to deal with the two numbers separate. First I have 11 and I have 12. 11 is it, and then I'll break down to 12. And so I'll break down the 12 with a 2 and a 6 and a 2 and a 3 and a 3 and a 1. So I have 2, 2, 3, and 11. Okay? So I need to get them to be 5 away from each other. I need to make sure this is recording because that battery really is not good. Alright, so which ones do I want to put together? Well, what is 2 times 11?
22.
22? Okay, so 22 and then 6. Will 6 subtract 22? No. I mean, it will, but it won't get you 5, right? And if I do 3, it just gets further away, right? So those are your only numbers to break down the 132. So therefore, this is not factorable. So then we have to use quadratic formula. Yeah. All right. But will this one be factorable? Because we might as well work with one that's factorable first. So when I add 4 and I get negative 3, right? So then I get 12 plus 5x minus 3. So my product is, what is 3 times 12? 36? Right? So I get 3 and 12, and we already broke down 12 to be 2, 2, and 3, right? So we know it's a set of these, and they have to subtract to be 5, right? So it's 3 times 3, 9, and 4. Does that subtract to be 5? Perfect. So we can factor this one. It's 9 and 4. Alright? So let's just go ahead and do that one before we go to this one and do the quadratic formula.
Does that say 12x plus 5?
Yeah, let's rewrite that. Plus 4, so I get 12x squared plus 5x minus 3. Okay? Alright, let's do it. Bring it down. Parentheses. 12x, 12x. Okay, now my star is 12. This one has a star, right? So we have to take out that factor later. Alright? Then, we want to bring in a plus. And this tells me that they are
Different.
okay? And we had 2 numbers that we figured out with 9 and 4. Right? Now we got to break out a 12. So it's either going to be a 12 and a 1, or it's going to be a 4 and a 3, or it's going to be a 6 and a 2. So which ones do you want to do? Huh? 3 and 4? Does 3 go into this one?
Yeah.
Does 4 go into this one?
Yeah.
Okay, works for me. Alright, so then 3 goes into 12 4 times. 3 goes into 9 3 times. 4 goes into 12 3 times. 4 goes into 4 once. Equals 0, right? And so x can be what? Negative 3/4 or positive 1/3. Okay? So those are 2 possibilities. And now we've got to find the other 2 possibilities, which are quadratic formula. So let's do it. Can I erase any of this yet? Or should we just squeeze the quadratic formula right in here? I mean, I don't know.
Probably just squeeze it in.
Let's squeeze it in. Alright, so we're going to have, remember, A, B, and C. We're at negative, right? Negative B. Plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. So see how I wrote it? I wrote the parentheses. I wrote the parentheses. Huh?
Can you just slow down a little bit?
Okay.
Too smart.
So B, negative B, right? So negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC. Oops, I'm writing parentheses again. Minus 4AC all over 2A. That's our quadratic formula. So what's my B? Right? We have to have A, B, and C. So my B is 5. What's my A? My B is 5. And then what's my 4A? What's my A? 12. Okay, and what's my C? Close. What's my C? Negative 11. Can't forget those negatives, okay? Alright, that really is 11, guys. So let's write that again.
You don't have to slow down.
Well, I was slowing down for you. Alright, so what is negative 5? Negative 5.
Whoa.
What is 5 squared?
25.
25. What is 4 times 12 times 11? Whoa, that's a big number. What is a negative times a negative, first of all? Positive. Okay. What is 4 times 12?
48.
48. And what's the trick with 11? You add the 2, right? So if you have 48, right, you can add these 2, you get 12. So it would be 58. Does that work? I don't know. Well, let's check it. So, just make sure. 11 times, what did we say? 48? What's 10 times 48? Good, 480. You guys are bright. Keep it up. Okay, then, so what's 1 more 48? So then it'll be 8, 2, and 5.
528.
It worked!
I'm kidding.
Yeah! Alright, ready? So we're adding 528. All over, what's 2 times 12?
24.
24. Holy cats! Batman. Alright, so let's break down that. What's 528 plus 25?
553.
So 3, 5, 5?
Yeah.
Woo! Alright, let's break it down. 553. Okay, what goes? Does 2 go into this?
Nope.
No. Does 3?
Yep. Nope.
Does 3 go into 13?
Nope.
No. So 3 doesn't go into this. Does 5?
Nope.
No. The 7! Well, we have to check. So now we start using our calculator. 553 divided by 7.
I think so.
Holy cat, 79. Alright. Okay? 79's prime.
You didn't do shit with 79.
No, 79's nasty number. So, but you could check it, right? Well, we know 7 doesn't go into it, right? So we try 11. Does 11 go into 79?
No.
No, it'd be 77, right? So therefore, does 13? It's just getting smaller, right? The number you went in, as soon as you say the number, like 11, and you get a number smaller than the number you divided by, you know there's no more numbers that can go into it. Does that make sense? Okay, so you're done here. So you have 2 prime numbers, you have nothing to pull out, so basically, this is it. You get these, and plus or minus 5 square roots of, what was it? 553
553.
all over 24. Woo! That's a nasty number.
Excuse me.
So
Sorry.
5 square plus or minus 5.
Trying to see if we're right here.
Did you put a 1 or? Oh wait, never mind.
What problem was that?
I think you got a negative. Number 20.
Number 20. Oh yeah, that's right. Whoop whoop! Did we get 3/4 and 1/3? Negative 3/4 and 1/3? Yeah! And 5 and we killed it.
Wait.
Or at least I did.
What the little red part?
Which one?
The red.
This one?
Yeah. Is that a negative? Because it says negative over there.
Plus or minus?
But that's before the plus or
Where? This?
minus.
That's a comma.
I know that's a comma.
That's a
I
minus.
think she's saying that the 5's before the plus or minus.
On the in the blue.
Oh! My bad. Thank you.
Oh, look, what are you doing?
Very, very, very good. 5 plus or minus the square root of.
It's a negative 5.
It is a negative 5. Oh man, I suck.
It's like, I did it. Oh, wait.
Alright, good. Good job. Way to keep on me. Way to keep me legit. Too legit to quit. Too legit. Too legit to quit. Too legit. Too legit to quit it.
I feel bad for watching that video, bro.
Who's watching that?